Hi everyone, and it's day 24 of India lockdown. And the lockdown, as we all know, has been extended, so we have a few more days to go before we can finally step out. All our mornings, as you may or may not know, begin with the RBI's presser on the second set of reliefs against coronavirus pandemic. So here's what went down on day 24 of India lockdown. In a renewed effort to pave the way for recovery, the Reserve Bank of India today announced various measures to deal with the collateral damage from the coronavirus outbreak. The central bank announced today the second tranche of liquidity boosting measures, which includes Rs 50,000 crore to help small and mid-sized firms, special refinance package for SIDBI and NABARD, fixed reverse repo rate cut by 25 basis points, that is from 4% to 3.75%, a moratorium period excluded from non-performing asset classification, and an increase in limits of state borrowing to 60% under WMA. RBI's additional liquidity measures are also expected to provide relief to the real estate sector. The Reserve Bank Governor Shaktikanta Das on Friday said that there are a few slivers of brightness amidst the encircling gloom and hoped that India will stage a sharp V-shaped recovery in 2021 to 22 as projected by the International Monetary Fund or IMF. The UP government has called for the universalization of the public distribution system till June 30th with the aim that everyone, whether ration card holder or not, should be given ration. The automotive industry body Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers or SIAM has urged the government to temporarily cut GST rates by 10% across vehicle categories. They have also asked for the introduction of an incentive-based vehicle scrappage scheme to spur demand, which has been severely hit due to the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic. Industry body CII on Friday said that power distribution companies are likely to suffer a net revenue loss of around Rs 30,000 crore and liquidity crunch of about Rs 50,000 crore due to the coronavirus-induced nationwide lockdown. Now on to my colleague Deep Shikha, who will take you through the latest counts and updated numbers for coronavirus cases in the country as of today.
Thank you, Shambhavi. According to the Health Ministry, the total number of coronavirus positive cases in India as of 5 pm today has risen to 13,387 with more than 11,000 active cases and 437 deaths. 1,748 people have been discharged so far. In the last 24 hours, more than 1,007 cases and 23 deaths have been reported. The doubling rates in 19 states and union territories are lower than average. Moreover, there has been a 40% decline in growth factor. Now let's take a look at the count across different states. Indore reported 245 new cases and 8 more deaths. 2 deaths were reported in Gujarat, bringing death tally to 38 in the state. With 62 new cases, Delhi's total count has risen to 1,640. 38 new cases were reported in Rajasthan and the total stands at 1,169. 38 new cases have been reported in Karnataka, with tally rising to 353. 34 new cases in Maharashtra and the total now stands at 3,236. 3 new cases have been reported in Bihar and the total count now stands at 83. Amid a general ramp-up in screening and testing of the disease, Gujarat became the third state to register more than 1,000 COVID-positive cases. Meanwhile, Kerala is leading the COVID battle as a doubling rate is the least in the state. Well, that was all for today. Back to you, Shambhavi.
Now over to my colleague Saloni, who will take us through the market highlights of today.
Thank you, Shambhavi. Here are the key highlights of today's trading session. Well, Sensex rallied 986 points and Nifty flirted with the 9,300 mark. Sensex and Nifty both ended in the green for the second week straight. RBI's liquidity booster and firm global cues helped perk the sentiment on street. ICICI Bank, Axis Bank and IndusInd Bank were the top Sensex gainers. In the currency market, the rupee rebounded 48 paise to 76.39 against the US dollar. Globally, WTI crude futures declined over 4% to $19 per barrel. However, Brent crude futures rose over 1%. Well, that's it from my side. Back to you.
And now for some international news bits and highlights from today. US President Donald Trump on Thursday laid out a set of guidelines for a gradual reopening of the United States after the battering of the coronavirus pandemic. He said that normal life should resume quickly in some states. President Donald Trump gave governors a roadmap on Thursday for recovering from the economic pain of the coronavirus pandemic. He laid out a phased and deliberate approach to restore normal activity in places that have strong testing and are seeing a decrease in COVID-19 cases in the country. While the US is trying to open up, the UK government, on the other hand, has decided to extend its lockdown measures to curb the spread of coronavirus for another 3 weeks. On the other side of the globe, China's economy shrank 6.8% in January to March from a year earlier, official data showed on Friday. This was the first such decline since at least 1992, when quarterly gross domestic product (GDP) records began. Meanwhile, China's coronavirus ground zero city of Wuhan on Friday abruptly raised its death toll by 50% to a total of 3,869, admitting that many cases were mistakenly reported or missed entirely. In a grim assessment of the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on children, the United Nations has said that the looming global recession resulting from the outbreak could cause hundreds of thousands of additional child deaths this year. This will effectively reverse recent gains in reducing infant mortality and push millions of children into extreme poverty. So these were the key highlights from in and around the globe today, and let's see what happens in the days to come. Until then, stay home, stay safe, keep practicing social distancing, and stay tuned with us for more that we bring to you on coronavirus.